Spiritual Criminals. How the Camden 28 Put the Vietnam War on Trial. By Michelle M. Nickerson. Published by the University of Chicago Press. Dedication. In memory of Ronald W. Nickerson, 1944–1965, of the U.S. Army 1st Infantry Division, killed in action in South Vietnam, and dedicated to E. Allen Nickerson, a sole surviving son. Introduction. Through the bars of his cell, Bob Williamson could register the priest's disgust. Williamson's big blue eyes regarded the pastor of his family's church in Runnymede, New Jersey, who stopped by that day on behalf of the inmate's parents. The visitor came mainly to see how the young man was enduring jail and to tell him how much Williamson had disappointed his mother. August 1971 found the 22-year-old in the Atlantic County Jail, where he waited for release on bail after federal authorities arrested him for breaking into a draft board. Though eager for the bond that would free him from lockup, Williamson felt certain that his future days on the outside were limited. The FBI had caught him and 7 other burglars red-handed. The government, moreover, had collected an abundance of evidence on their plans to commit the crime even before the raiders broke into the draft board. The co-conspirators, 28 in all, faced the possibility of up to 47 years in prison. Williamson and the other trespassers did not breach the federal building in Camden because they wanted to steal something, but rather to interfere with the government's ability to wage war. They were political radicals trying to stop, or at least slow down, the wheels of the draft that was plucking up young American men to fight and die in Vietnam. They knew the stakes of their crime. These activists embarked on a risky political action indicative of the burning outrage that characterized so much opposition to the war. They were also aware that they could land in prison for decades. Williamson and his cohorts did not regard themselves as criminals. They broke the law to achieve the humanitarian goal of stopping the violence in Indochina. Many assumed the responsibility because they saw it as a spiritual act. As treacherous and extreme as this break-in had been, it was one among scores of such raids committed by radicals in the movement known as Catholic resistance. Robert Williamson was one of the Camden 28, a group of defendants who found themselves in a world of legal trouble after conducting one of these raids of a draft board in 1971. Their story includes not only a burglary, an arrest, a trial, and its outcome.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?